What's up, carolers?
Hey, Caroline!
So I thought I'd do a really quick sit-down video for you all because I get a lot of questions asking me, what it's like being a trust fund kid and my experiences growing up rich. So I decided to ask you all on my Instagram, your assumptions about trust fund kids. So I mainly asked this question because I just wanted to get a general consensus on what you guys believe trust fund kids are, just some stereotypes and assumptions that you might make of trust fund kids even though you might not know any. And this became very apparent that you guys don't know trust fund kids because you made a lot of personal attacks at me and you made a lot of assumptions that obviously were directed towards me, and honestly I'm hurt that you guys see me in this light. For example, one girl said they're ugly and self-centered, they also don't have to work, and their videos are terrible. So obviously that was directed at me, and I honestly, that's hurtful because I put my whole heart and my whole soul and all of my efforts and my vendettas into my work, and I feel like that powers me through. The second one was you were really spoiled and annoying. So that one obviously isn't true. And then someone else said that I use sarcasm as a defense mechanism to cope with the hate that I get. False. But I also did get a lot of really supportive and really nice and funny answers. So for example, someone said, you're really pretty and beautiful and you're a really big inspiration and you inspired me to go to college. So thank you. I just want to know that I read your comment and that was really big. That really influenced me and really motivated me throughout the day, and honestly that made my day and it just made me feel really comfortable. So moving on from all of these really funky questions, I'm just going to answer some of your assumptions, and some of these are really accurate and some of these are really inaccurate. So the first person said that I had to pay $500,000 to get into college, and I just want to say that just because my dad donated a building to Harvard doesn't mean that that was the reason that I got in. I know there's people just assume that trust fund kids, they're not smart and that they can't get into really good schools on their own. Like, my dad only donated one building, and I also had a 24 on my ACT and a 3.2 GPA, and I was top 99% of my high school. So honestly, I take it personally that you don't think I could get into an Ivy League on my own. So the next question actually comes from my sister, and she said they work hard for their earnings. And honestly, I feel like this is a really big dig at me and my family, just because my dad and mom did not become rich and like as wealthy as they are until my sister actually graduated college, because she is like a few years older than me. So she actually did not get a trust fund. I did get a trust fund, and she's just really insecure and jealous because I got a trust fund and she didn't, and my parents put the money they were going to give to her to me. The next assumption someone made is that I have 18 boyfriends. Honestly, I don't know how this relates to having a trust fund, but I don't have 18 boyfriends. This is not a Q&A session, so you didn't stop asking irrelevant questions, but I do just want to put it out there. If you didn't see my last video, I do not have 18 boyfriends. I do not know where that rumor started. Someone obviously said that because they wanted to make me seem way more out there, really. Yeah, okay, so I don't have 18 boyfriends, if that's what you're wondering. I only have one true love, and his name is David Archuleta. Once again, I've been DMing him. He hasn't been responding to me, so if you could please tag him in my Instagram comments, I will love you forever. The next assumption is that I have a backup trust fund. I do just want to put it out there. I do not have a backup trust fund because that's stupid. My parents just put a lot of money in one trust fund, so then the interest obviously compounds a lot really quickly, and I get as most money as possible. So that would be dumb if I just had a backup trust fund, because why? That's no. So this assumption actually is one of my favorites. It's kind of accurate, and it says girls be pressed like a panini when they find out their trust fund has 1 penny. Can't relate. Honestly, I can't relate either. I don't know why your parents would only give you a penny in your trust fund. That's kind of rude. My parents actually gave me $10 million, and they invested that when I was born, and that actually compounded semi-annually at a general interest rate of 3%, and now I have $300 million. So that's really nice. So if you're pressed like a panini, can't relate. Also, I really like that saying, so I'm going to use that more often. I'm getting a little tired. I did get some coffee from the drive-thru. It tastes a little bit funky, but it is really delicious. Oh my god, I just dripped it on myself. So the next assumption is that I brush my teeth with caviar. I used to do that, and that's something that not a lot of people know. Like, rich people do brush their teeth with caviar. Like, my siblings and my parents still brush their teeth with caviar. And for those of you who don't know what that is, caviar is just the stuff that comes, the excrement out of cotton candy. So it is not really good for your teeth, but it does make them look really pearly white. So the next person said, your parents pay companies to Photoshop you onto pictures of the school rowing team. Honestly, that's really random. I don't know where that comes from, but I do not. I'm more of an IQ girl. I like to use my brains. Sports are something I do not really pride myself on, but I almost got recruited for the rowing team at my school just because I'm really tall and lanky and thin. So I do not. My parents don't do that. I don't really know where that comes from, but that's a really random assumption. But no, I don't do that. So the next person said that trust fund kids are not hardworking or humble. So this honestly depends on the person, but for me personally, I am hardworking, I'm really humble, I'm really beautiful, and I have a high IQ, and I have a lot of different things going for me, but obviously I'm going to tell people that, so I let you guys know in every video that I'm pretty and I'm humble and all of that stuff, because if I don't tell you what you're supposed to believe, then how are you going to know? Like, how are you going to know that I'm pretty if I don't tell you? How are you going to know that I'm humble if I don't tell you? But honestly, this just depends on every trust fund kid. And just a disclaimer, every trust fund kid is different, so some people might fall into these stereotypes. Like, some people, you know, might Photoshop their face onto rowing kids, but I don't do that because I'm not stupid and I don't want to be an athlete. So it really just depends, but for me personally, yes. The next person said that they have pancake nipples. Oh, wait, that was the wrong one. Their friends are friends with them for their money. So this is something that is really common in our community, but fortunately, I only grew up with really rich people and really a lot of rich friends and a lot of parents who are CEOs, UFOs, and CNOs. So fortunately, I did not have to struggle with that because it's not like I had to pay people to be my friend because they already had money themselves. But I could totally see that, like, if you just went to a normal high school and if you didn't really grow up in a really big city, like California, then you probably did struggle with a lot of these issues because you probably did have to pay people to be your friend, or maybe people only wanted to be your friend because they wanted to get a ride with you on your private jet. But obviously, that didn't happen to me because I had enough private jets for each of my friends to take their own, so we would never have to get on one together. So the next assumption is really accurate. Emily said that your mom makes your bed every day. This is actually false because my maids used to make my bed. My mom has never made my bed. She's really busy being a doctor. She actually just got a new job at Seattle Grace Hospital. She's trying to win the Harper Avery Award, so everyone cross your fingers and vote for her, link down below. But my mom doesn't make my bed because my maids do it. We did have to fire the maid that usually made my bed because she was putting laxatives in my food, but I am hiring another maid. I'm looking for a new one, so email me down below because I am looking for a new maid, and I will let you know if you get the job. So the next one really hit home for me, and I felt like it really was directed towards me. And this person said they're crappy dentists, and this is something that I have struggled with, just people thinking that I'm a really crappy dentist. Like, I only got sued twice, and all of a sudden people just think I don't know how to do my job. Like, genetically I'm a dentist, so obviously I know what I'm doing and I know how to do everything as perfect as possible because I do everything with the utmost respect for everyone. I am a part-time dentist, I am a part-time magician, and a full-time prankster. So for everyone saying I'm a crappy dentist, this is false, because the last lawsuit I did document on my video and one of my past videos. My dad was able to get me out of the lawsuit. I did walk out on a patient only because they were being really rude and I just didn't want to work that day and I just wanted to go shopping. So this girl said they drink kombucha out of champagne glasses. I do. I drink kombucha with every single meal, and I drink it out of champagne glasses because obviously I'm not 21 yet, so I can't drink, but I do I do get drunk off of kombucha, and that's perfectly legal. The next person assumed that I own 1,000 iPhones and 2,000 pairs of AirPods. So the iPhone thing is pretty accurate just because I don't like having old iPhones, so I just use a new one every single day. But the 2,000 pairs of AirPods is not accurate just only because I have a rival company called CaroPods. It's starting up soon in a couple months, I promise. I'm coming out with AirPods, but they're just the regular headphones with the cords cut off. They don't actually work, but it's just a statement against Apple and the corruption that they have, and they make people get headphones and then people wear the headphones without even listening to music just to make sure they look cool. But this is going to be a really new invention, and you guys are going to be really jealous, and you guys are going to want them because I have a really special surprise, a really special recipe to make these the most cunning that they can be. The next one says they paid $500,000 to get their acceptance into Ivy League schools. So this one is an assumption probably like half the people made, which is also, I already acknowledged this in the beginning of the video, that's obviously inaccurate. Not everyone pays to get into their trust to their school. Some people only donate a building. The next question actually made me really mad, and this girl said, I like turtles. I asked you to make assumptions about people with trust funds, and obviously this doesn't apply to you, so why are you making this all about yourself? Like, this is my video and my channel, so I didn't want questions about you guys saying what you like. And I kept getting questions, people answering saying, oh my God, I love you. I don't care about what you love. This is about me. Stop making this about yourself. This girl said health insurance covers their anti-gravity medication. So this is something that I have been working on. It is an initiative. It is vote for issue 6 in the next ballot because my anti-gravity medication is not covered by my insurance. It is really cheap. But for those of you who don't know what my anti-gravity medication is, hold on. I was prescribed by my doctor anti-gravity medication because he says I'm really humble and down to earth, and because of that I fall a lot because I'm so humble and so down to earth, as humble as they come, that I needed to start taking medicine because it keeps me up in the clouds more often and it makes me you know, it keeps me not as grounded and down to earth, which is something I really do need. I have been taking these medications my mom got me, and they're really good. And sometimes when I'm feeling dizzy or lightheaded, I just take a couple of these and it makes me feel a lot better. But unfortunately, people might suffer from this issue, but this is not covered from health insurance, so I do want to get this on the ballot. So vote yes on issue 7. Some providers and some doctors don't believe it to be a real issue, but this is something that I have suffered with my whole life, but I just came to the realization that I needed it now. And I only came to this realization that I need this medicine because I passed out and I fell to the ground because I was being too humble and I had to give myself CPR. But I'm also lucky because I saved my own life because I am a doctor. A dentist, but it still I learned CPR in dental school. So this next question was obviously really directed towards me, and she said that trust fund kids give their social security number to people they don't know. So that is completely true in my case, because I did do that one time, but I was lucky because I thought that someone had stolen all of my family's money, but if you saw my last video, it turns out that they didn't, and that it was just my mom set up the whole thing just to teach me a lesson. And honestly, that was really rude. And Mom, if you're watching this, you shouldn't, because I already blocked you. So the last assumption is that trust fund kids bathe in Evian water. True. Some people do, but personally we like to import our water from Norway. We fill our bathtub with Voss water. Just letting you know, this video is not sponsored by Voss. We just love them so much because it is my uncle's company. So once again, not nepotism, it's capitalism. I'm just supporting them, but I'm not getting paid for it. It only financially benefits my family. So I think that's it for today's video. I answered a lot of assumptions. I just wanted to make this video to help end the stigma against assuming that trust fund kids are really rich, because they're obviously really not as rich as me. And I'm also humble, and I just wanted to make this a whole PSA. So once again, like, comment, subscribe if you like Elon Musk, and I'll see you in the next video.
Elon Musk, you hate fossil fuels. Ooh. Last time I saw, you still hit your jewel. Ooh, yeah. You act like you're the world's smartest man, but you lost money in such a short time span. Cool, you homeschool your kids? Well, damn good luck having grand